Good evening, everyone. My name is Wu Xiaowei. My topic is a study on the difference in English teachers' climate action integration competency among urban and rural primary schools in Jiangsu Province, China. This research is aimed to analyze the difference of climate action integration competency among English teachers in urban and rural primary schools in Jiangsu Province, China. This is a quantitative research. In this research, I will use the philosophy of pragmatism and the following models: teaching observation model, multiple regression analysis model, and the multivariate analysis of variance model. In the dynamic landscape of English language education, the integration of climate action into teaching practice has emerged as a crucial dimension, shaping the perspective and the contributions of English teachers, with an increasing focus on environmental sustainability. It becomes imperative to explore and understand the difference in climate action integration competency among English teachers in both urban and rural primary schools. There is a need to provide targeted interventions and suggestions for adjusting the difference in the climate action integration competency of urban and rural primary school English teachers in Jiangsu Province, China. The first sub-question is about how to investigate the overall level of English teachers' climate action integration competency in urban and rural primary schools in Jiangsu Province, China, so as to improve the overall educational level of urban and rural climate action. The sub-objective is to observe how English teachers integrate climate action content into their actual teaching, assess teachers' ability and the overall level of competency in applying climate action concepts in the classroom through direct observation of the teaching process. I will use the teaching observation model for this purpose, because this methodology is applicable to complex teaching situations and is particularly useful in studying the difference between urban and rural English teachers. I will use the philosophy of behaviorism and social constructionism in this question. Behaviorism provides a quantitative analysis of observable behaviors, whereas social constructionism emphasizes learning and teaching in the context of social interaction. By integrating these two principles, quantitative methods and qualitative methods can be combined to provide a holistic understanding of a teacher's ability to integrate climate action. This integrated approach helps to capture teachers' behavior and the social interactions behind their actual teaching. I will use a questionnaire for data collection and theme analysis. The second sub-question is how to analyze the factors affecting the difference in the climate action integration competency of urban and rural primary school English teachers in Jiangsu Province, China. The corresponding sub-objective is to compare the specific levels of English teachers in urban and rural primary schools on each factor in order to accurately assess the impact of the climate action integration competency of English teachers in urban and rural primary schools. The corresponding sub-objective is compare the specific level of English teachers in urban and rural primary schools on each factor in order to accurately measure the extent of the difference. Statistical analysis was used to determine which factors differed significantly between the two regions, providing a basis for the in-depth research. I will use the multiple regression analysis model, as it is possible to comprehensively analyze at a quantitative level the factors that contribute to the difference in the climate action integration competency of urban and rural primary English teachers, and to provide specific and quantifiable explanations for a deeper understanding of the difference. I will use the philosophy of positivism, as positivism advocates the study of causality, the analysis of quantitative data to determine the correlation between variables when comparing the levels of urban and rural English teachers on various factors. The positivist approach can help identify causal relationships between specific factors and provide a basis for further in-depth research. For this research question, I will still use the data collection method of a questionnaire survey and the analytical method of SIM analysis. My third sub-question is from the data on factors affecting the ability to integrate climate action in urban and rural English primary schools. What is the level of acceptance of English teachers in urban and rural primary schools when target advice is given? To quantitatively validate the acceptance of urban and rural primary English teachers of the recommendations and policies for improving climate action integration competency based on the recommendations of the Joint Committee. Quantitatively validate whether there is a difference in the acceptance of improvement recommendations and policies for enhancing climate action integration competency between urban and rural primary school English teachers. For analyzing data, I will use the multivariate analysis of variance model because this question involves multiple dependent variables. The level at which urban and rural English teachers receive the climate action integration competency enhancement recommendations. The multivariate analysis of variance model is a statistical method used to analyze whether or not there is a significant difference between two or more groups on multiple dependent variables and is therefore well suitable to this research question. The philosophy of social constructionism will be used because it helps to provide an in-depth understanding of English teachers' acceptance of climate action integration recommendations. When examining how individual perceptions are shaped in social interactions and the difference in the core construction of knowledge between urban and rural primary English teachers. For this research question, I will use the data collection method of a questionnaire and the analysis method of variance analysis to analyze the comparison and difference between the data of the groups of English teachers in urban and rural primary schools. For the above three research questions, I will use triangulation validation as a validation method because this study will use data from different sources and I may collect information from multiple sources of data, such as teacher self-reports, direct observation, students' feedback, and so on. By considering data from these different sources at the same time, the limitation of one method of data collection can be reduced, and the comprehensiveness of the results can be improved. Additionally, triangulation validation can help reduce research bias, as it reduces the reliance on one particular method or piece of data by validating findings through multiple methods and data results. This helps to ensure that research results are more objective and comprehensive. That's my outline. Thank you.